Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. Ted, are your fingers flames finally put out from last night in Orlando?
These are the 10 digits of doom. You know, I actually call upon the spirit of James Brown and Wilson Pickett and Sam and Dave and the Motown Funk Brothers, Jason Hartless on drums from Detroit, Greg Smith on bass guitar from Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, the music has a life of its own. Thank you, America, and the people from around the world that are coming to rock out with Ted Nugent, Detroit Muscle 2022. I'm having so much fun. It's good that I have this buoyancy and positiveness, Keith, because as we explore and dissect the atrocities that surround America and that are all across our government, media, academia, big tech, Hollywood, the anti-education system, now even Disney World. Thank God I have such positive energy to prepare myself to go to battle against all the bad and ugly and negative. So by the way, Keith, Mark, and everybody at the Nightly Nuge, people from all around the country are celebrating the truth, logic, and common sense that we deliver, reminding them that their instincts are pure and that what goes on all around them in the media and the government, that's not us. It's not the good stuff. We, the people, are the good stuff. Now the government and the media and academia, they're the bad guys. So stand strong, America.
You know what, Ted? It seems like every night we don't plan it. That we're talking about something bad or something negative, but my goodness, as we look around, it is all bad. But tonight, I want to talk about, again, something bad, but also something good from this event. There was another mall shooting in Indiana last weekend. Tragically, people lost their lives, but the perpetrator was eventually put down by an armed citizen that believed and lived his Second Amendment constitutional right. So that's good. So I want to talk to you about two things. Number one, your take on how important exercising our Second Amendment right, and then in turn making sure we preserve and protect that Second Amendment right is now in 2022, Joe Biden America. And then number two, you mentioned this last night, Ted, just the dysfunction that's coming out of the educational system. We went in this country for 200 plus years without having this type of bad behavior out of our young people. And we had guns all along. Now, all of a sudden, this is just running rampant. And instead of mainstream media and academia and our educational system pointing fingers at the problem, they're pointing the fingers at an inanimate object. So what's your take on all this?
Well, all those bureaucracies and all those entities are actually responsible for the cultural deprivation that is manifesting itself in people perpetrating evil because there's no consequences. When those kind of superpowers are not held accountable, then the fleas amongst us that are constantly released from jail, even after being convicted of violent crimes and gun crimes and horrific, life-threatening crimes, when there is just this battle spread of no accountability, then bad people have no hesitation to perpetrate their crimes. Even guitar players can figure this out. If you let the dog pee on the couch 2 or 3 times in the row, you have no excuse to be angry that the dog is peeing on the couch. It's your fault, Uncle Sam. It's your fault, court system. It's your fault, media, because you seem to celebrate and even bail out arsonists caught burning down Portland and Seattle. The Democrat Party will bail out arsonists caught on film committing multiple felonies. So if someone is inclined to do evil, and our species is historically inclined to perform evil acts, if you don't nip it in the bud and show accountability and punishment for dangerous, evil, criminal acts, then dangerous, evil, criminal people feel absolutely emboldened. And let's remind everybody, to keep and bear arms does not mean keep and truck. It doesn't mean keep and safe. It doesn't mean keep and put on the top of the bookshelf. It means keep and have it in your belt. And a 22-year-old young man, we're going to find out how much training he had, because in many, many instances, with no training, just the instinctual understanding of a simple tool, that's the trigger, that's the barrel, that's the direction the bullet goes, that good citizens citizens that keep and bear arms, a gift from God, by the way, a right from God that our founding fathers wrote down in case somebody wanted to play King George again, Joe. And this 22-year-old young man approached the threat, encountered the threat, engaged the threat, and terminated the threat. But the perpetrator felt no threat. He just went into the mall with a rifle and a pistol and decided to kill innocent people. And if not for this 22-year-old young man keeping and bearing arms, God knows what the body count might have been. So my friends out there, be sure you're a member of the United States Concealed Carry Association, uscca.com. Be sure you're a member of the NRA and Gun Owners of America. Be sure you're tuned in that this precious gift of life from God, you don't only have a right to defend it, you have a moral obligation, a spiritual obligation, an intellectual obligation to keep and bear arms in the event that some devil might want to end your gift of life, and you need to neutralize the threat. And the only way to do that, like this young 22-year-old man in Indiana, keep and bear arms and fondle that hardware, know that hardware, go to the range, pursue as much training and tactical awareness that you possibly can, but start by keeping and bearing arms. I can't emphasize enough, Keith, United States Concealed Carry Association. It's a wonderful magazine, wonderful education, wonderful direction, wonderful guidance, and wonderful reinforcement of your instinct that good should win against evil. And that's what that young man did.
Awesome. Come back again tomorrow night, and we're going to talk about a number of topics right here on the Nightly Nooch.